My dear sisters, during the season of Lent, we focus on Jesus, and among the prophets, especially on Jeremiah. He is called the prophet of the Lenten season. Why? Because Jeremiah in his suffering resembles our Lord Jesus more than any other prophet. In addition, he was also not married. And in today's first reading, he says, Lord, how they are planning evil against me. On my part, I stood in your presence. I was pleading for them. I was interceding for them. On the one hand, I pray for them. On the other, they are waiting for an opportunity to speak ill of me, to punish me, to kill me even. During moments of sufferings, we need to identify ourselves with Jeremiah, above all with Jesus Christ. And like Jeremiah, we need to approach God in moments of distress, especially in unjust suffering. And in today's Gospel, Jesus is met by the mother of Zebedee's sons, James and John. It is really a tragedy that Jesus foretold his passion third time, how he will be handed over to the pagans and how he will be crucified, how he has to face horrible and violent death. But then the disciples are not bothered about it. They were worried about their positions, power, prestige. And then according to Mark's Gospel, they themselves came and asked Jesus, we want to sit at your left and at your right. I don't know, already Jesus gave them enough importance. Whenever there was something of significance, Jesus took with these two disciples, of course, Peter first. Maybe they wanted to sideline Peter, I think. That's why these two brothers go secretly to Jesus asking for two important places. And according to Matthew's Gospel, it is not Jesus, only the mother is going. Maybe Matthew didn't want to portray these disciples in such a bad light, I think. That's why they did not ask. Whether the mother asked or whether they themselves asked, it was not asked of Jesus without the consent of the two disciples. And then Jesus says, are you ready to suffer? Are you ready to drink the cup which I am going to drink? They say yes, without knowing the cost. And then Jesus says, yet only my Father can allot the places, not me, he says. And then, not that the other disciples were better, they were very angry with these two. And Jesus, seeing that all of them did not understand him, tells them, pagans can be like that, other people can be like that. Among you, authority is for service. Primacy is for being a slave. What a beautiful lesson Jesus tells us. Every time we participate in the Holy Mass, in the Holy Eucharist, we are called to imitate Jesus in breaking ourselves for the joy of others. Who is the greatest? That person who is concerned for others and gives his or her time and energy and vitality for the joy of others. May we learn to suffer like Jeremiah and Jesus. May we learn to serve like Jesus. May we learn to take the lost place like Jesus. May the grace of this Eucharist help us in our resolve to follow the Lord more closely. Amen.